NRG package, and today we're going to be putting in the harness bar. Alright, last video I put in my seat. If you haven't seen this, it's my NRG Prisma Ultra. Okay, you can watch my last video and show you how to get the seat mounted in the E46 sedan, what bracket I used, where I got it. Link will be down in the description. Seat, you know, it's nice. It's not my first like colorway that I would have picked, but it is what it is. If I want to make it to the event, and that's what I got to do. So we are going to be removing the seat belt here, doing a bunch of things to get this harness bar mounted. First thing, we're just going to be unboxing it. Alright, so we're not going to waste any time to get started on this install. Got the NRG harness bar here. It's going to be a 8mm hex. Okay, that's how you can undo this, adjust this, whatever. I had to drill out the holes, okay, because they were a little too small for the seatbelt bolts, okay, where this is going to bolt into. I know that because I touched the other side already, but I'm going to show you the procedure on this side, even though it's the same. So go ahead and pull this towards you, like up, okay. And you can set that down. Obviously the back seat's out. That's gonna help. You probably don't have to do it, but I'm taking the back seats out anyways because it's a drift car. And then go to the front. Okay, don't mind the mess. And just pull up. Okay. Now you can pull this one. Okay. Pull this one outward. Camera work is not the greatest, but let's see here. There you go. All right, these plastic parts are brittle. Just be careful with them. More than likely they're going to break. So you're going to need to remove these two 8mm. Okay, and there's going to be these two rivets, these pop rivets. So pop out the center part. A little small center part, probably could barely see that. A small center part, it's the same as on the bumper, if you've ever done the bumper. These kinds of rivets. Okay, you got your little centerpiece, pop out, and then the rest of it will come out. Alright, so go ahead and do that. And then we'll be able to have access to take off this top panel, okay, and then get access to the seatbelt bolt and remove the seatbelt assembly piece there. Alright, after you get that panel off, next is going to be removing this bolt. This bolt holds in the seatbelt like that. Okay, so you're going to remove that because that's going to be where this ear bolts into. Since I'm not using a bucket seat in the passenger, I'm going to have to reuse this, so I will have to use a longer bolt or some extensions, some spacers or whatnot, in order to make it so that I can have a passenger. So that will need to be done. Okay. So since I'm not removing it fully, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep that, but I will need to remove this because this is going to be the bottom part where it bolts into for the other part of the bracket. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this with two hands, but it's going to just be this bolt down here. It's going to be the same T50. Okay. So, got that one. And now Now the next part is going ahead and setting up the harness bar. Okay, bolt through here, the seatbelt hole. It's going to go up there, and then this one on the other side, it's going to go up there. So let's do that now. Alright, this part of the process definitely sucks. It's not easy, it's not fun. But we can do it. So you're going to want to make sure that the ears are pointed down for the other parts of the harness. Okay. See, I already dropped that bolt. Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna need to get a longer bolt for that because it won't work with the seatbelt thing for some odd reason. It's like just too short. But I can show you this because I got the other mounting bar over there. So this bottom bolt that you pulled out of here, that T50, we're gonna end up using that same one. You will have to get a nut for it because in my hardware kit, the nut is not the same size. And then for this part, this is gonna go into the ear right here, okay? This smaller part. So you'll take the ear, okay? You'll have a bolt from your kit and a little washer. Put it through, and then put it through the ear. Grab another washer, and then grab your nut. And start threading it on there. Okay, so it's going to be 14 millimeter. I'll show you this setup real quick. Nut, washer, then the hex of that nut. Okay, so we're going to cinch these down together using 14 millimeter wrench and 14 millimeter on here. So go ahead and get it situated, go ahead and get it set up, tighten it all the way down. Perfect. Now this will have a little bit of play here that I can lift up, and this will have a little play here so I can turn this and get it to that direction. It's going to take some force. It'll be on there pretty good, but let's go. I need to run to the store and grab the nuts for these bolts here, and then we'll be good. And I also need to get a longer one of this, so I need to remind myself to get that while I'm at it, because if I have a passenger, they need to be able to have a seat belt, so I need to be able to put that in there. So I will be back, pick this up when I get the right hardware. So far so good. Alright, so one side is in, okay, it's not exactly tight because the other side is not connected at all, but you're going to use this bolt here, use this existing bolt. Okay, that's the other reason why it's not tight. I don't have it actually tightened, but you're going to use that T50 that was originally down there, and then you're going to need to purchase a little nut for it. You can kind of see it shining right there. Purchase a little nut, okay, and cinch that together. Alright, then on this side, like I said, because I'm not using a harness on this side, because the track recommends to use one or the other. If you've got bucket seats, they say, hey, go ahead and use the harnesses. But if you don't have bucket seats, go ahead and use the regular lap belt. So that's what we're doing. We're going to make this work. Retrofitting the lap belt. So again, my T50 with the nut, and this is the original seatbelt bolt, but I had to get a longer one because now we're using the harness bar and it needs a little bit more space to reach, so I got this to make up for that extra space. So now it's going to be the fun part. Alright, basically it's going to go like that. Okay, I'm probably going to have to get rid of this plastic piece, which means I'm going to have to pull that off real quick. Those 8 mils. Or or I'll just do that one down there, that 15, 16, whichever that was. That's what I'll do. I'll do that, get rid of that. Okay, because I don't need that guide or that height adjuster. I'll just leave it, because that won't work with the harness mounting anyway. So I'll do that and tighten this bolt up, and then I'll get this bolt through here in the bottom, which I'll show you. It's behind that plastic piece, and then I'll show you the whole harness bar set up. Awesome, awesome. Look at this, man. This looks great. All right, and there we have it. That's the finished product. I need to put my harnesses on, but we have our Torx 50 bolt here, the original. Torx 50 bolt here, the original. Okay, with 17 millimeter nut at the other end to tighten it down. Okay, we have the harness, well, we have the hardware from our harnesses here. I need to tighten that down. We have the hardware from our harnesses here. All right, spacer, nut, and the bolt itself. Okay, but this thing is sturdy. Now this side, okay, same bolt, spacer, and then the nut. Okay, we got this. We got an extended nut to replace the original. Extended bolt to replace the original. And this is just the original bolt, standard length, fits just well, retaining the seat belt here. All right, for a passenger. All right, so this wouldn't have worked up here. This plastic piece, I'm tossing it because the harness bar, obviously, it's not factory equipment. They don't make room for it, so that's going. Boom. There we have it. And these things are, you know, the BMW plague of the glue situation, headliner adhesive, whatever you want to call it. Here's it from the front. Good God almighty. She's looking good. Now I need to run the harnesses through, so not sure if I'm going to do that this video or next video. Probably next video. I'll probably space out the content. If you got any questions, please go ahead and put it in the comments and ask how I did it. I don't know the sizing of the stuff, but when you go to the hardware store, they're going to size it for you. Sorry, I didn't ask them. I just had them get it for me and whatnot. And yeah, so here's the look overall. I mean, walking up to the car. And this is cool, man. This is so cool. We're almost there. We're almost there, dude. It's been a while. It's been a long while. Long fight. So here we are. And here we go with the harnesses. Let's do it.